Alright, so we are working one shoe less today until it gets put on. Get my heart rate going real quick. And everything else set up for somebody else. Alright. There we go. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Now I'm on the right one. Yeah. Charles, thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Slide this guy back just a touch. Perfect. To adjust my surfaces after other people use the area. Yeah,
outside.
Yeah. Switching shoes now as I apparently broke my other shoes. They are 10-year-old shoes, and the strap finally just gave out. I was hoping to get a little bit more time on it, but it's not going to be the case, unfortunately. So we got about 11 and a half more minutes before we start. Plenty of time for everyone to get their warm-up in and join in. I'll be right back as I have to get my water. Having one of those afternoons. Forgot water. Important to have during today's ride. Alrighty, back connected. We should have the illustrious Pete Donahue joining us today. Let's see who else joins on. Should have Seth and Chris and a few other regulars. Gonna have some worker bees out of it. Okay. Good to go now. Getting the legs a little bit warmed up. Had some good running and swimming today, so I'm gonna make sure they're ready for this. And Seth has joined us. So big thing today will be, like I said, controlling the race. That's a very important thing to be able to do if you're riding with a team. If you're riding as an individual, it's much, much harder. But it's possible if you can get enough like-minded people to work together with you. So those of you who are watching the stream today, feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I do have those up on my screen, so I'll see anything you send over. And heckling is generally permitted. Seth, morning or evening?
Half a day.
All right.
Big crowd.
Yeah, well, you know, it's still 8 minutes out. A lot of people don't join into the last 5 minutes. Victoria gave us a like though, so that's always good. Yeah, Pete Donahue will be coming on. Curtis Scott's on now, so that's good.
I was just thinking that anybody named Victoria tells you that you're liked, it's a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's of the same mindset. There we go. Doing some on-the-fly bike mechanicery. Alright, so we're going to be doing some race controlling sets, so that means you're going to get a little bit of work. Not a ton, but a little bit. We're going to be focusing what we're doing on making sure the front of the race, the people who are not necessarily attacking, but people who are sitting up at the front, and the group, the peloton itself, only lets go who they want to let go and controls it, and they don't let the non-desirables up the road. And we will culminate that in a nice exercise of having a series of attacks that are chased down until we determine to let one up the road. Oh no, Victoria made a comment, Seth. She said she's actually at the gym to go to a spin class. I don't know if we have to accept Victoria's likes anymore. She could be doing a spin class, or she could be joining us on Skills and Drills. Well, Victoria, before your spin class starts, you are always welcome anytime you want to join us on Skills and Drills. We have a lot of fun, and you'll definitely get a workout. Curtis, glad you're on Discord again with us. All right, Kev just joined us to watch the class. Evening, Kev. Actually, it's late night for you. Got 4.5 minutes. A small class right now. To be expected on the nice summer night in the U.S. and Canada and in Europe. It's late. Yeah, Kev, nice shift again. Still waiting on Pete. Pete's supposed to be joining us. So he's going to partake in the class, he said. We shall see.
Instead of heckling?
Well, I didn't say he's not going to heckle. I just said he's going to partake in the class. Pat's watching us from bed, he said, and Victoria says Zwift is far better training-wise. She need to open the legs for her Zwift fitness workout tomorrow night. But she's hoping to join us one day, and I will tell you that ours is a much more fun class than most of the things that you're doing on Zwift. Pat Briggs says nearly midnight in the UK where he's watching us from from bed. I don't really know if, Pat, how I feel about you watching me from bed, but I guess that's okay. Kev, I am doing FTP in the morning. I ran 14 this morning, 14 miles, swam, and then tomorrow will be the FTP test. But I'm more moral support for Andy.
Yeah, today was a special day.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, loads of fun.
All right, Pete's joined us.
Took me longer to hit fatigue in the pool this time.
Yeah, I had to move my fatigue workout. Thea joined us too. Wow, we got a big crowd today. All right, we got about 220 left. Yeah, I had to cut my swim, move it around a little bit. Even though I'm on vacation, I had to go into the office for a little bit. Morning, Pete. Pete's dialing in from Australia. All right, we got 14 of us. That's going to be at least a good enough size group to get moving on with our class. Easily controlled. All right, so for those of y'all listening in, so you get to hear what I was talking about earlier, we're focused on controlling the race today. What I mean by controlling is figuring out how to keep the people you don't want going up the road and how to let groups that you don't care about go up the road. What I mean by that is more in IRL racing, or definitely in the longer races that we'll do, if you're with some of the strong riders and want someone who maybe is less strong goes up the road on an attack, that's a person you can probably let go because you're going to pull them back. Now, you're not going to let them go forever, but you definitely want to give them the opportunity to get up the road and maybe save some energy and not chase everything. Make someone else chase them. But on those other instances where you got one of the strong riders go, you want to chase those guys down and make sure those people don't get away. And if whomever does get away, or you let get away, it's the controlling that we did a little bit last week, where we dictated how much time they got to them. So now it's about recognizing the attack, determining whether you want to keep them together or give them some rope, how much rope you want to give, and then when you're going to shut it down. So you can see this is a build on the last few weeks of class that we've done. All right, we also got Scott watching too. Man, we got a big group. And now we got Pete joining us. Oh man, 14 seconds. Oh boy, I gotta make a quick change to my name. Remember, we're gonna go out at 1.5. We are not gonna go out at 2.5. We are not gonna go out like crazy people. Like I always, try to move around me. I want you guys to practice moving from the front and the back. That's just a standard thing we're doing to get feel for the group and feel for how the ride's going to work. It's a great opportunity to learn about the group dynamics, aerodynamics, whatever you want to call it, of the peloton on Zwift. Yeah, don't ride off the front, like Pete says. That's what I agree with. Don't ride off the front. All right, I've got the big beacon over my head. That's a great place for you to use me as more of a center point. Deirdre, how are you doing this evening?
Good, thank you.
Well, Pete created 12 Tinder profiles last week. That's interesting. I guess that's what you do when people right off the front of the groups. I like that punishment. All right, let's keep it nice and easy at the front. All right. I'm shifting down to some easier gears to keep from violating my own 1.5. All right, so what we're going to do here when we hit the 10-minute mark is it's going to be something relatively simple. We're going to have a person attack, not really hard, attack at a 3.0, and we're going to chase and prevent them from going. Okay, so we'll respond right away, things we've learned in other classes, and we're going to shut down anything that they try to do because we just don't want that person to get away. And we'll take turns who it is, and we'll take turns how they attack. That's going to be step one. Then we'll move into step two, which is our determining what we're going to do, how we're going to let someone go. And then we will control them, let them have a little bit of rope. And finally, we'll pull them back. All 4 steps. So if you remember, we did last week a big portion of that. Controlling and chasing back. Before we just did chasing. Now it's about managing it. Now is when it gets a lot harder. The attacker will go at 3.0 to get away, but we're not going to let the attacker go. So the way we're going to start is like our normal crawl, walk, run. We'll do a single attack, chase down, recover, don't let them go, keep the pressure high, ease up, regroup. Attack, chase them down, keep them together, have them attack again, catch back up, regroup, same thing. We'll do that a few different times to make sure that everybody's got how we recognize and respond rather quickly. That's going to be the goal, recognize and respond. And you'll see we're on different terrain today. There's a reason I'm doing it this way. It's a lot harder. Because now it's going to be harder to judge. You're going to have to go, oh, hey, that person is getting a lot of watts per kilo. We don't want to let them go up the road because that's a climber. So we don't want them up on the hills. Or that person's putting a lot of power, raw power, so we want to keep them back in the flats of the downhill. We don't want to let them get away on the uphill. So I'm going to type a little more out, and then we will start our attacks at the 10-minute mark.
What route are we doing?
We're just on the hilly reverse.
Which means there's some fun hills.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep it nice and easy at the front still. Nice and easy at the front. I think I'm at the back, so I'm gonna catch on. That's fine, I don't mind doing that. Sometimes as I'm typing, I let the group get away from me. Don't anybody drop off for me. So Kurz, jump back on with Deshke or Reshke. Don't worry about me. Every time I drop off, I get back on. Yeah, the typing has come rather quickly. I've learned how to do that quickly. I got complimented for my speed typing while riding. It's much harder to do at threshold though.
I know, I thought us for athletes were supposed to be like horrible bike riding.
I've raced my bike too, so I'm not just a pure triathlete. All right, so Graham, you want to be an attacker today?
I'm fine with any.
What's that?
I'm fine with anything.
All right. All right, so when I tell you to go, you're going to do a, like Pete says, all those adult chat room practices. Nice. When I tell you to go, you're going to go for 10 seconds. Fairly hard. You don't have to go in the orange, but, you know, a quick 5 watt per kilo surge for 10 seconds. And then drop it to a 2.5 to 3.0.
Sounds perfect.
All right, so as soon as we see Graham go, that's when we got to respond. So you guys are going to get a little benefit, obviously, of hearing it on Discord. And then we need to respond as a group. All right, ease to 1.0 at the front real quick. We got a small split. All right, about 20 seconds. Let's get Deirdre back on, and a couple others who are right at the back. You good, Deirdre?
Yeah, I'm at 2.5. I can't catch up with you.
I think it's because we're going downhill.
If you can hear me, Curtis, no, Steve Scott, sorry. The last name is Stewart.
Alrighty. So, Graham, go ahead. We'll ease after we catch him, Graham. Or Deirdre, for you to catch back on. Alright, let's go.
My power's a bit messed up, so
Okay.
sorry if I said something.
That's okay. We're gonna pull you. We're almost pulling you back right now. That's the idea. That it's a quick pullback. All right. Let's ease to 1.0. Let's dial it back. So that's a quick response. We're gonna do this a couple times. That's the quick response that we need to have. So if you notice, as soon as Graham went, a number of people jumped on it, and they were able to right away get on that wheel. And that's all you want to do. Remember, when we recognize he's going, we jump out on him, we chase him as a group, we get on his wheel, and we keep him on the front to punish him. All right, easy at the front, folks. we're going to go a lot faster a little bit later. Jamel, welcome. Thanks for joining in and watching. All right, so those at the front who are up at 2.0, let's ease it off, please. All right, so quick recap of that. Graham took off. He got about 10, he got about maybe 10 meters, not even. You know, about 2 seconds. And we shut him down. Don't be an a-hole, Love Hammer. All right. If you're back here with me, we're going to close back in on the group. Hey, Graham, this time I want you to punish Love Hammer. You're going to take off, and we're going to chase you a couple times.
Sounds great.
If he wants to be superstar on the recovery ride, awesome.
First, the whole group has to get together again.
Yeah. I don't know why we're going 2.0 at the front. Yeah, because if he wants to play that game, we can get in and crush him. Pete, yeah, no worries, brother. If he wants to play the game of how awesome he is, we can get in and drop a bunch of hard wattage on him.
I'm going to drop back and pick up Deirdre.
Okay. All right, so if you're back here with me, let's TT up. If you're at the front, do not go above 2.0, please. All righty. Well, folks who are on here, I apologize for the split. Apparently, Sugapong and Lim and those guys can't figure this out.
Let them go.
Yeah, the problem is there is a whole bunch of them up the road. There, we got Greenlee's coming back.
Almost there, Deirdre. Keep it up.
Yeah.
All right, Graham, I'm going to have you attack our group in a minute here, and then we'll start the chase from this side.
Deirdre, find me. We'll go together.
Just Love Hammer, like, throwing them off.
He's what?
Love Hammer is enjoying making crude comments.
Yeah. All right, Graham, you ready? There he goes. Okay, let's chase him. Remember, let's chase as a group. Try to group up, Curtis. There we go, very nice. All right, Graham, if you haven't eased off, go ahead and make sure you ease off now.
All right, set.
Right there with you. Keep going.
Good, folks. Chasing that 3.0 to 3.5. Great job, great job.
I think Mr. Lovehammer should be our next person to chase.
Yeah, well, Lovehammer is fixing to get brought out and crushed if we chase him down. If we want to play this who can go harder game. All right, good. So you can all see that we are reeling him back.
All right, Deirdre, I'll try to hold 2.5 just right on.
All right, great job, great job. This is a very good group. I like what I'm seeing from here. Yeah, we did get a little split. Sorry, T-Hop. But it happens from time to time and do the response. Once we catch him here, 1 second. Nice. All right, let's let everyone catch back on. That way we all get to play. If anyone's starting to go up the road at 2.0, we're not chasing from here out. I don't care. They can go up the road and not be part of the crew. Very good job, folks. Very good job. I like that we got a nice little bunch at the front now. Pete, you're going to go die now. You can't go die now, Pete. You're my next attacker. All right. Lovehammer is tough guy at 4.0. Great job. Way to join the skills and drills and do that.
He's so big and strong.
Yeah. Pete, you're not dying yet. I think it put us on reverse flat, which is good. Yes, Lovehammer's a hero. Let me get into a non-race and try to race everybody. All right, we got T-Hop back with us. Pete, you about ready? You're gonna go out, Pete. Pete, you're gonna go out at a 3.5 to a 5 attack for 10 seconds. And then when we catch back on your wheel, After that 10 seconds, you'll sit up to a 2-5 to a 3. And after that, then you're going to attack again and once you catch back on your wheel. Alrighty. So, Donnie, who's going to start? We got to don't let him get away. Remember, we're chasing that 3 out of 3-5. We don't want to burn too many matches, guys. Remember, that's the important part here. We're doing this all under control. Yeah, any one of us can just sprint off after him, but then you're working by yourself and you're burning the match. Let's not do that. That's what we call silliness. So Jimmy the Fox and D-Lim, let's go.
There you go, Deirdre. Good job.
All right, Pete, did you get your second attack in? Legs buggered. All right. Yes, what would Love Hammer do? I'm going to go with something stupid. But feel free to keep trolling him, Curtis. I like that.
That's more attack hammer than a love hammer.
Yeah. All right, so up at the front, 1.5. Jay the Fox, you with me? All right, great job. Don't worry, when I finally get the Kev's got a great comment. He's telling Pete that Pete should have signed up for the 8-week FTP challenge. That's Pete's challenge. Don't worry. We'll make sure Love Hammer gets called out on Zwift Riders for his stupidity once I write it up. All right. Great job. We got this one group. Let's bring it back up to that small group ahead of us. All right, great work, great work. Okay, so we're going to move into phase 2 here. I wish they had the eject button though. They could eject someone from a ride. Alright, so we are gonna have some fun here. Between Graham and Curtis, they're gonna be our attackers. Graham, you're gonna be the guy we don't want to let go. And Curtis, we're gonna let you go. So Graham is gonna do 2 attacks that we'll chase down. And Curtis, you'll do an attack that we let get away and give you to 20 seconds. And then we'll chase you down. So same as usual, 10-second attack, settle to a 2.5 to a 3. So if we catch you, you have to ease to 2.0, Graham. But then I'll tell you when to attack again. And I may even let you attack once Curtis goes too. So we're going to start at the 28-minute mark. All right, so remember, let's work this together. We're chasing together. We're chasing as a group. Let's conserve the energy on this one. We don't want to just sprint after him. Let him get up the road a second, and we build up to our group 3.0, 3.5. All right. Graham, feel free, young man, to attack when you feel like it. Great position to attack from. Let's chase him at 3 to 3.5. Gotta let him know he's not gonna get away. All right, he's back into your 2.5 to 3 Graham. All right, great job. And we got 3 seconds to him. See, great, we didn't let him go. He's right there with us. We're 1 second off of him. All right. Graham, you may go again whenever you like. Remember, ease to 2, so we're settling the peloton back down. There he goes. 3 to 3.5 chase. Now Curtis, as soon as we catch him, that's when you're gonna go. Coming up over the top. So once you see us settle into that 2.0, you go. Easy, Sugapong. Come on, Greenlees. Stay in that group. Very nice. Come on, Greenlees. Come on, you can do this. All right, Curtis, it's on you. Go, go, go when you make contact. Nice.
That gets a clap.
That was classic right there. All right, ease into your 2.5 to 3.5, Curtis. So we can just control you.
I don't think he should be that high rank. I think he should be more like Private Love Hammer now. He's loaded.
Yeah. I think someone's compensating for something. All right, that's nice. So look, you can see right now what we're looking at with their times. He's going a little bit harder than us, effort-wise, but we're controlling him. We're slowly giving him time. Graham, attack.
Attack.
Attack. Normal attack for you. All right, chase it down, folks. Remember, that's the normal as a group, 3 to 3.5. Now what's going to happen is Curtis, don't attack. You don't attack anymore, Curtis. You just ride your 2.5 to 3. All right, easy at the front, my folks. So remember, this is all about control. Thanks, Pete, for the looking good. This is about control. We keep going back to this. If someone attacks something like that, it's not really that hard of an attack. And you sprint right after them, what's the point of that? Why are you sprinting right after them? If you have 15 people with whom you can share the workload, share the workload. It makes no sense for everybody to burn matches, and then it's a competition of who's got more matches. Whereas, if we work as a group and bring these riders back, then we're just saving that energy for when we need it. This is where your teammates help out. This is where maintain that controlled pace allows you to stay in the race longer. Every time we do these 8, 9 watt per kilo surges, you're wiping out something in your legs. All right, Greenleaf, come on back across to us, brother. So we're letting Scott dangle still, which is good because we don't care. We can pull back Scott anytime we want. This is all about keeping Graham from getting away from us. All right, so look, Graham, again, all this time out there, he's working by his lonesome, and he only got 19 seconds. So now, once Greenleaf makes it over to us, so Jimmy the Fox, we will shut it down. We're going to shut Curtis down at that point. No, and we're not going to the feed zone either. Yeah, Greenleaf is doing very well. He's pushing really hard. He's making these little bridges, which is fantastic. He's only getting gapped on the accelerations, which, that's fine. He'll learn how to do that. All right, 2 seconds to Greenleaf. 1. He's got it. Come on, Jay. We're almost there. He's 5.
Pete, we're coming by you. Grab on.
All right, just stay in the group. That's all you got to do is stay in the group. You too, Jay the Fox. So we've already pulled back just that little bit of work, 8 seconds from Curtis. It's amazing, right there, just boom, not doing all that much work. All right, Pete, hey, thanks for coming on. Hope you had some fun. Have fun taking care of the kids. So that's one of the things, folks, of why we try and keep these easy at the beginning. You're starting to see some riders being cooked off the back. And we don't want that. The idea is to keep people together so we can all work and learn. Because the C and D riders are going to have a harder time with 3 to 3.5. So the stronger riders have to be there to pull for them. So everyone can learn how to do this together. Right, now we got a nice little bunch going. That's what I'm talking about. And we can hopefully bring this back pretty quickly within 6 seconds. Notice at the front, Rushka's doing some work, but the rest of us are able to hold a lot easier pace in the back. And we just see Curtis dangling out in front.
Hey now.
All right. Great work. All right, easy to 1.5. So that was fantastic. We got to see how just chasing down one guy messed up the other person's gap, but we controlled that. We chased, pulled him back. We controlled the guy out front. In this case, it happened to be a guy. We controlled that person up front. We never let him get far away. And when we decided to shut it down, boom, we shut it down real quick. That's what we're doing right now. Now I'm going to be your target like I was last time. I'm going to mix up my efforts that I'm putting out. You guys need to try to not let me get away, but I will get away. Don't worry. Maybe not the first time, but I'll get away. And then you guys want to control me out to a 2.0 or 20 seconds to 30 seconds, and then you want to chase me down. So I'm going to type it out, then we're going to get at it.
Good job, Deirdre. Keep it up.
Good job, too.
Yeah, I should be drafting you. You beat Chris Froome up the beast.
That's right.
All right, so are there any questions about what's going on? All right. Yeah, Curtis, you get the benefit of listening to it on Discord, too. So if you notice, I'm doing the Steve Cummings right now. Sitting at the back, looking for my time. But if you watch Steve Cummings, when he does his attacks, he moves himself up nicely and attacks from that advantageous position towards the front. Alrighty. Don't let me go, folks. Stay together as much as possible. Good. All right, good. Good, good, good. That's what I like to see, guys. Good job. Nice, Jamie Foxx, slowing it back down at the front. Perfect. Scott, that's okay. All right, very nice job, guys. Very nice job. Your way to chase it down, you're staying together as a group. Very good. Stay in your limits, guys. Stay in your limits. All right, so at this point, you can consider me slightly off the front. Now you want to control me. Don't chase yet. Make me work. You guys recover. You're splitting your own group up, folks. Don't chase it yet. Very nice. That's perfect. You guys eased off. Now you're going to give me a couple seconds, and then you'll close it down. So does anybody know why I couldn't get away on that flat section?
You're too light.
Exactly. So I'm saying, be smart at what you're chasing. There's no reason to chase me hard right there. I'm not going anywhere. Remember, I'm a light guy. You don't know my exact weight. Thanks, Kev. I'm looking forward to it too. Not really. You don't know my exact weight, but if you look at my avatar, obviously he's really skinny. So you can judge, unless I am crushing out north of 6 for a while, probably gonna pull me back.
Don't trust it all the time, though.
What's that?
Don't trust the size of the avatars all that much, though, because
Well, the avatars are based on whatever weight you put in. So you have to, go with what the user interface is.
my user interface is messed up.
Why, does it have you super skinny?
I'm in like the 10th percentile for my weight, and it like has me as like a huge man.
Maybe your height's not correct. Hutchinson, stay in your cats. Now chase me. Whew. As a group, Hutch, as a group. So look, I was able to open 7 seconds relatively quick because I was on an uphill. So that's something you clearly want to work. You guys got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Bring it back together. Very nice, gentlemen. Very nice.
There, got him out of the way. He's trying to get in between us, Seth.
Yeah, it was a sticky draft.
I was kicking his ass out.
Little elbow flick.
Double.
Come on, stay with me.
Reshke, sorry to kill your fun, but we're on cooldown.
Is the rehab captain me something like, Love Hammer breaks away from the pack in a spectacular fashion.
Yeah. Love Hammer gets in an event that's not a race and wins the race that no one was racing.
There'll be fine from the judges for that, I can tell you. He'll be wearing a Summer's Eve jersey tomorrow.
All right, so Scott, thanks for joining in, both on the stream and on the platform. So we're gonna go over real quick what we did today. Real simple. Today was about controlling the race. That's really important. So as these group rides get bigger, the races get bigger. Whether you're in real life racing or Zwift racing, if you have teammates, you want to keep it together, prevent guys from taking off who are dangerous, and then letting people who aren't dangerous go, because you're going to chase them down later anyways when the ride and race ramps up. Won't be here next week, by the way. The idea is that you can ride faster as a group. So even if that person out front is doing the same or slightly more than you, if you have a big enough group, you're going to compensate for that. They may take a little bit of time from you over gaps, over a distance, but if you're working a lot less than they are because you're taking turns at the front, you're sharing the load with other people, you're going to still pull that person back when you guys ratchet up the speed. And if you have to ratchet up the speed to go chase them down because it's a dangerous person, again, doing it together, sharing the workload is what's going to make it a lot easier. If every time someone attacks, every one of you sprint out going after them, then you're not really getting any benefit from a group. You're just a bunch of individuals who occasionally get an arrow benefit. You're not working any tactics to control anything. And yeah, sometimes in the small groups when you're out front and you got no teammates and no allies, that's the way it works. But in these cases where it's a bigger group or you have teammates, there's no reason that the entire team needs to blow up chasing everything. Just figure out who you want to let go and then chase down as a group, trading off the work, those guys that are and ladies who are dangerous. And then when you do let someone go, just keep paying attention to how far up they are and what they're holding. Because you can see, you've seen on here as we do this, taking 20 seconds out of a group can take a long time or it can be really quick depending on the speed of the group and your relative speed. But it's infinitely harder to do it on your own. Crossing that large gap. If the group is doing 3.5 and you're only doing 3.8, you're not going to take time fast and you're just a small carrot for them to chase down. So these are things you need to continue to work on, both in our skills and drills class, but on the regular real life and Zwift rides and races. The more tactically sound you can become, the easier it is to do these races. And the more you can jump people and get your team or yourself more individual or more glory, on the wins. We've done it in the last couple weeks of races on the coffee rides and cat and mouse rides. and it just works like a charm. So speaking of other rides, if you're interested in other rides that we have going on ODZ, tomorrow morning at 07 Eastern, if you want to tune into Facebook Live, you'll see a multi-person FTP test. One of the FTP riders is, well, me, but I'm not really worried about my FTP test. I'm supporting Mitch Dangermont and Andy Jenner in the Odie Zwifters ride. Then we have the Thursday night throwdown on Thursday evening at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. That is a straight up race. On Friday in the feed zone with Jason Flores. And then we follow that up with the Friday morning ebb ride, which starts at 8:15 Eastern. I think it's 5:15 Pacific. That's a nice easy paced ride until the last kilometer, which is a sprint, an all-out sprint. This Saturday it should be a coffee ride. I do not believe we have no divas this week. And then Sunday is the ever popular Odie's entry, which the Odie's entry is basically all day, people getting on, riding 2.5, 3 or 3.5 and doing 100K or 100 miles or anywhere along that spectrum from 20 miles to the 100 miles. And then followed up next week is the Magnum Monday, and we go back to the cat and mouse race on Tuesday. And next week there will be no skills and drills ride because I will be unavailable, out of town, not able to do it. But we'll return the following week, ideally. Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate it. Very welcome. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Ian.
Deirdre, how you feeling?
I'm good. Trying to hold on to Seth here. Thank you, Seth.
Well, good. Good. Sorry I got that.
It was a pleasure riding with you, my dear.
That one split happened, and that's all it took. For some reason, yeah, the group dynamics kept you from coming back on.
Yeah, we had our own group dynamic going. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but even Deirdre was doing 2.5 to 3, and the group dynamics of us doing 2.0, it wouldn't let her get back because she just couldn't gain the time on us through the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks.
Thank you.
All right, I'm out.